Right now, if you go to BizBuySell, there are currently hundreds of gas stations for sale all across the USA for ridiculously cheap. Take a look at these listings here: $45,000, $35,000, $25,000. There's even a gas station for sale here for $20,000. But is a gas station a good investment, or is this just a trap for inexperienced buyers? So let's take a look at this supposedly amazing listing for sale right now on BizBuySell, and it says affordable Shell gas station opportunity in Crystal River, Florida. And the broker goes on to say it's an incredible opportunity to own a Shell gas station. It has multiple revenue streams, low overhead, and significant growth potential, all for only $25,000. Now, after reading slop like this, many buyers contact us fixated on buying an independent gas station or a gas station franchise, and they're dreaming of this easy life of gas station ownership, especially since many of these bargain listings, probably this one as well, do show revenues of over $1 million a year. And of course, buying $1 million a year business for just $25,000, that's just good business sense, right? Well, sure, except probably no. So let's say the gas station is generating $1 million a year gross. Profit margins on fuel, you have to remember, are typically very low. Not always, but often, generally ranging between 1% to 2%, which is one of the lowest margins in any industry. So after a year working in your gas station every single day because you can't afford to hire staff, that's going to leave you about a $10,000 to $20,000 profit in your pocket. Now, per gallon, if you look at it from that perspective, most owners are making about 3 to 7 cents per gallon. So let's say you sell 4,000 gallons a day, you bring in about $12,000 to $16,000 gross, depending, of course, on your state and the price of gas. That's not bad money. But at 3 cents a gallon, you just made a whopping $120 for the day. That's not exactly retire on a yacht money. Now, there are admittedly some savvy owners who structure things differently, and they are well into the double digits per gallon, but they are generally not selling their gas station for $25,000. Successful gas stations, they do make money, but they are the ones selling for multiples of their revenue, often into the millions of dollars. Nobody sells a profitable business for a bargain basement price. Right now, about 6 out of 10 gas stations are small independent operators. Also, remember that if your gas station is a franchise, on top of all your other expenses, you're going to have to pay 3 to 14% royalty to use just their branding. And that brings us to problem number one. Do people even care about branding in this industry? It's not like it's Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Gas stations really have almost no customer loyalty at all. Where do you go to buy gas, right? Most buyers just go to the cheapest place. And that brings us to the next problem with owning a gas station, and that is competition. Many gas retailers have at least one competing gas station 1/16 of a mile away, and at least 1.5 stations on average within a half-mile radius. So even if you do try and increase your margins, up the price a little bit, you can actually end up losing overall with lower volume to lost customers. Now, the solution for many owners is to add a convenience store. So basically, your gas becomes just a lure to get buyers in to buy chips or the fake Viagra that you're selling. Now, margins are significantly higher here than they are for fuel, 30 to 50% or even more. So the high margins of the convenience items combined with the low fuel sales tends to balance things out overall for your revenue. But you do need a lot of volume to make any impressive profits. A lot of operators are just earning a livable income. They've essentially bought themselves a job when they bought that business. Now, one thing also that you have to remember, most of these cheap bargain basement gas stations for sale are not in great neighborhoods. Thieves, they love to target convenience stores, and each theft is 100% loss against your margins. Now, if you don't believe me, you haven't watched enough episodes of Gas Station Encounters, very enlightening channel. I guarantee you watch a few of those videos, it's going to cure you of any desire that you might have to own a gas station. Now, added to the list of things people never think of before investing in a gas station, the tanks that hold the gas do not last forever. And a single 12,000 gallon fiberglass tank, for example, it's around $25,000 to $30,000. That is one tank. And then on top of that, the excavation and possibly soil remediation. That can be very pricey if the old tank is leaking. And of course, while all of this is happening, you're getting checked out, you're getting tested, they're tearing everything up, you have to stay closed. Now, just 4 tanks alone, if you had to replace those and the excavation, that can be $150,000 or more. Now, that bargain resale you just picked up became not so bargain. Now, while we're on the topic of closing down, some unscrupulous sellers, they will hear that the city is going to be doing construction in their area that can sometimes last for weeks on that road. And newbie buyers, they never think to check about things like that. You buy the gas station, next week you have virtually 0 customers while the city is tearing up their road. One last thing before we wrap up. We covered this same topic 8 years ago in 2017. I figured it was time for a refresh, but dozens of the commenters noted in the comments, hey man, you didn't mention electric vehicles. And I do agree right now, they will have a significant impact on these businesses. Now, that reality 8 years ago, not so much, but today even more so. And you should keep that in mind before you invest that a gas station might be going the way of the dodo. Now, as always, right business for you depends on your skills, your location, your business goals, and a whole lot of other factors. So be aware of the bad as well as the good before you lose your money. If you need help finding a franchise, give Franchise Inspectors Broker Group a call. I'll put that link up above. Thanks very much for watching.
Raise a soda cup, toast the neon glow to the gas station hero who's always on the go. Keep the world turning 1 gallon at a time with a laugh, a song, and a little bit of grind. Gas station life. Franchise Inspectors, don't forget to subscribe.